Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Zmore, the dad in DPS, and today we're going to beat the crap out of Murga to get some decent script drops. It might work, it probably won't, but you know, I can at least hope. Now if you do like the videos like this, don't forget to leave a like, a comment and subscribe, and let's get on with this torture that I put myself through every week. Give me the items, you heartless bastard. Alrighty, so let's start off with this character. Hopefully we can get something a bit more interesting than previous weeks, but you know, we got something decent last time, so hopefully we'll get something decent this time round. That is not a good start. Stalkers is always very, very bad. Western Revolver is pretty much the same. The only really decent effect would be the 25% less VAT action cost, so yeah, garbage, Scrip, gun. This isn't one that I would say is much better, personally. I mean, it's not the worst by far. The previous one was one of the worst. Mutated damage by 10%, 25% faster fire rate, which is a good effect, and the +1 perception, which is okay. Not the best, but yeah. So far, so bad. Oh god. Why? Sweet dear lord, why? Yeah, mutants again. Bullets explode for area damage would be great on just about any other gun. Don't get me wrong, I'm fairly certain that people would be salivating at this to glitch it full of ammo and let you spam fire into a million Scorch Beasts. But no, I hate this gun so much. Next up, two-shot Gatling Plasma. Now this one's actually not too bad. So you've got two-shot on there, the 25% faster fire rate and 50 extra damage resistance while aiming. Now, I'm not going to say it's the best Gatling Plasma, but if you're not running any particular build like, for example, Bloodied or Junkies, yeah, it's going to be doing more damage than just your standard Gatling Plasma, so the faster fire rate there is going to help as well. Is it the best? Well, best combination? No, I mean, the reload speed at the bottom could have been on there. Even then, I'm not sure how much that would really affect, because it does have a massive clip on this gun. But yeah, I'm actually quite happy with that to begin with. So, next up, halfway through, it's, you know, specific damage. You know how I feel about that. It's not particularly great. The extra damage while aiming is not the best effect that could be on there, and then the reduced weight is very much okay. Overall, I'm probably going to script it or, you know, sell it at a vendor, but yeah, most likely script. Next up, same reasons the previous one was bad. The damage isn't exactly, it's also a pipe revolver. They're not great in comparison to other guns. That's the problem with the pipe weapons. They're okay to start off with in the start of the game, but the later you get on, yeah, they get outclassed by so much. Next up, Berserker's Radium Rifle. We're getting a lot more variation in what we're getting. Not necessarily a good variation, but still better variation this week. I'm sick of getting the exact same stuff over and over again, if I'm honest. So, lower damage resistance when increases your damage dealt, VATS chance. Overall, technically, it's actually okay. The two bottom effects go well together, so yeah, it does have that kind of utility. If you're going to have any type of build that's using Berserkers, you may as well have it on a VATS stealth build. So, kinda okay. I don't know if this thing gets a silencer, actually. So yeah, I mean, this isn't a bad combination of effects, just Berserkers isn't particularly a good build to run. But yeah, not a bad set of effects to go with it, I suppose. Furious Ultrasight Gatling Laser. I mean, these two effects do go well together. The critical meter filling 50% faster on a really, really fast gun is okay. I don't think I'd be using it in VATS, personally. Tell me if I'm wrong on that. I've never used... I don't actually think I've ever really used Gatling lasers in general, now I think about it. It's mainly the plasma Gatling that I use. yeah, I don't know how much that eats your AP, but I'd assume quick and very easily. So I wouldn't really go in my head to using it in VATS, but I could be wrong. Otherwise, it's a very meh weapon. Next up, I'm happy about this, and it's not because it's a Crusader's pistol. But it's usable in comparison. I mean, this is a weapon I could use in daily ops because of the extra damage in robots. Very likely I'd only use it on the robot days, obviously, but at least I could use it. The VATS critical meter filling 15% faster is something that I think is a decent effect on this weapon, and the primary reason for that is that I would use it on a stealth gunslinger build. So yeah, you're going to get your best amount of damage. Bashing damage increase is garbage, but at the same time, as I said, this is a decent weapon to use in daily ops against robots on that type of build. And hopefully in the next couple of weeks when, well, I say next couple of weeks, and then whenever the next patch comes out, I will have the resources to make one of those builds. So last one on this character, please make it something good. No, well, decent effect on number 1 and number 2, the 250 damage resistance while reloading, and the anti-armor, but bashing is garbage. Realistically, you know my opinion on pipe weapons, they're not great. There are far better things to go for, so yeah, I think the best thing we've got so far is that 2-shot Gatling laser, but maybe not Gatling laser, Gatling plasma, but maybe that's just me. Alright, next lot of Scrip. Hopefully something good. Oh god, another black powder rifle. Yeah, garbage. The effects don't go well together, and it's not the best abilities to get in this gun to begin with. I don't like those black powder rifles in the slightest, as I'm sure you all are well aware. Next up, Ghoulslayer Radium Rifle. Yeah, ghouls aren't taking damage. In fact, they heal with radiation damage, so this is, yeah, not a good ability on this weapon. Definitely not a good ability on this weapon. Free VATS chance, 1 agility, very meh effects on a crap gun. Don't get me wrong, decent effects, but on a crap gun, I don't care. Next up, Junkie Shot. Oh, this is good. This is actually a good gun. Junkies, it's not the most used of the damage boosting effects, but I think I proved last week, no, the week before last, that Junkies on a weapon can actually do quite decent damage, and you can use it in just about any build. Then you've got the bullets explode for area damage. Obviously 2-shot would have been better there, and then the last section would have been better with the reload speed, but reduced weight, I'll take it. It's not the worst effect that could be on there. It's not any type of bashing related crap or VATS related stuff on a weapon that isn't really using it. Yeah, decent weapon. I'm quite happy with the first 2 effects. 100% a decent gun. So next up, this one would actually be really nice if it had just about any effect on top. Assassin's 50 cal, extra damage to humans, bullets explode for area damage, and 25% less VATS cost. Yeah, the Assassin's kind of ruins it. I mean, there's so many effects that could have been instead. If it was 2-shot, this would have been amazing, but, you can't really do much about that. Very meh weapon. I mean, because it's fast fire rate and whatnot, it's still usable because of the bullets explode damage, so it's something I'd rather sell rather than Scrip, personally, because I think I get more value out of it selling it than scripping it. And that's just because of the explosive effect on there. Next up, this one's actually, no, I don't know why I said that. Stalker's on there. The bottom 2 effects are really decent. The top effect just makes me pray for death some days. I mean, it's, if not in combat, plus 100% VATS accuracy, plus 50% AP cost. Yeah, it's just so bad. I mean, it's just so bad. Next up. What is it with me getting medics explosive weapons? And I don't mean that in reference to like the videos I do. Like literally I have quite a few of them sitting in storage, and I don't know why I keep them. I'm maybe hoping for medics to become an actual viable weapon type. But yeah, I mean, because of that, I'm gonna keep it. Because again, I'm hoping one day medics becomes good. It's a Western revolver, it's not really particularly great, but the explosive damage is always decent, and then you get 1 agility. It's not groundbreaking stuff, but yeah, better than a kick in the head. Next up, that is another Western pistol. This one's actually not too bad. So you have the 25% faster fire rate, extra damage resistance while reloading, and then double damage if the target's in full health. Now, obviously, I did say earlier I was going to make some sort of stealth gunslinger build at some point. Yeah, this can't have a silencer, but you're at least going to be able to get, is it what, 4 times damage? And then the double damage? I don't know how it stacks with these kind of things, but yeah, 4 times the double damage that you would get. It should be a decent amount. I honestly don't know how the calculations work these days, especially with certain effects, because I know they aren't more cumulative rather than multiplicative. So yeah, I'm not doing the math, but yeah, it's potentially usable. The faster fire rate definitely makes it a decent idea. So 3 more to go. First exterminators of the night, so that's at least something. Bashing damage is always bad on a weapon like this, and 1 perception. Overall, Scrip weapon, absolute garbage. I don't know. I've never used harpoon guns, but anti-armor on there is okay. Limb damage is... I don't know how limb damage works, honestly, so it's kind of okay. And then 1 perception, which is the worst of the 3 effects. So yeah, I'm not going to say it's good, I'm just going to say it's very lackluster. Last but not least on this character, balls. Absolute balls. Oh well, let's move on. Alright, last 1000 script, hopefully something extra. We've had some decent pulls so far, a lot of crap, mind you, but we always get a lot of crap. But yeah, hopefully we can get something good. I'm going to do a melee week when this character finally actually gets some of the good melee weapons plans I've learned, but it's taking forever. Alright, so that is a bad first thing. The only good effect on there is the bullets explode for area damage. Otherwise, it's a pretty lackluster weapon. Assassins, I can't think of a reason to use it. And the faster movement speed while aiming is it's better than if I had a 2-star weapon, but at the same time, I wouldn't go out my way to use it, essentially. But you can't really do much about it. Next up, Ghoul Slayer's Fat Man. I mean, it's a Fat Man. It doesn't have any particularly good effect on it. I don't know how fat men are with VATS hit chances. Like, does it have a low VATS rate? Is it good in VATS in comparison to just firing it? I really don't know. But the reduced weight on it at least means it's not going to take a lot of room in my bag / box while I wait to script the damn thing. So, you know, there's that. Next up, Zealot's Combat Shotgun. In comparison to the effects it could have, it's not the worst. Decent against just one shot and Scorched. The extra VATS hit chance is good for getting headshots with it, and then obviously the faster reload. It's not a good weapon in general, but you know, if I was to go spam farm a load of Scorched, it would be okay to kill them with. But yeah, not particularly an all-rounder weapon at all. None of the ones with specific damage are really, but you know, I definitely don't think it's right to say that they're crap. They're just not, you know, the kind of weapon you run around with constantly, essentially. Next up, this one, technically, same reason the previous one. I tested my, my quad 25 faster fire rate and the reload speed one of these the other day. Jesus Christ, it breaks so quickly. I don't know how you could possibly pretend it's a viable weapon at all. In theory, it should be good, but it's not. It just isn't. It technically is a god pull, but it's just not good at all. It breaks so quickly. Next up, yeah, I've got a much better version of this weapon. Bashing damage is bad, faster moving is bad. First effect is good, but it doesn't really make it worth keeping. Maybe selling because of that. It has a little bit of value, but otherwise it's not a great weapon. Next up, I think I get PTSD each time one of these things shows up. I mean, why does it exist? I mean, what is the point of this weapon at all? I don't know how you could possibly make it any good. No matter what you do, it is just balls, which is really annoying because anytime an Assaultron shoots me, it hurts like freaking hell. But yeah, that's just a minor gripe. I keep getting Assassins tonight. The bottom two effects are okay, but at the same time, it's got Assassins on it. It's, you know, it's basically a 2-star in my opinion, and the two effects it has don't really work well together, and they're not particularly the best effects you could get for this gun, so it's probably getting script, basically. 3 more to go. Assassin's Handmade. Same reason as the last one. The effects don't really go well together. That is essentially a 2-star, and yeah, not great. I'm getting handmaids tonight. I never usually get handmaids. That's really strange. Hunter's Short Flamer. There's not enough animals in the game that you are constantly hunting down for it really to matter. Faster fire rate's okay, and the agility is very much okay, but not a weapon I would be carrying around because animals that you do kill tend to be quite weak, with the exception of the sheep squatch, I suppose, but I don't know. I don't really encounter sheep squatches enough. I don't tend to do the events that they're in enough for it to really concern me. So the last weapon, we are going to get garbage. Wow. It really took garbage literally. Look into its eyes and tell me it's not garbage. Absolute utter wank. So, for the top picks tonight, we'll start off with the Junkie Short Handmade. Now, in terms of DPS, the Handmade's actually a pretty decent gun. I've used a couple of variants in the past myself, and the biggest problem with the one I used to use, it was an explosive one, I forget what the main effect was, because explosive was so bad at that point, the gun broke so easily. However, that not being the case with the new explosive changes, this gun is actually really good. It's got a very good fire rate when fully upgraded. It has, as I said, decent damage. Combine junkies with that and then the explosive damage, especially if you've got the relevant perks, I think it's going to do a lot of damage to a lot of people. It's also the type of weapon that you can use on a full health build, because Junkies doesn't require you to be wearing unyielding armor and having bloodied weapons. So, you know, it's definitely a viable weapon that I am excited to use at some point. Now, personally, I think this 2-shot Gatling Plasma is a very slept upon weapon. I don't think 2-shot gets enough credit for being how good it is in terms of DPS. It's something you can utilise on any build realistically, and on top of that, this gun in itself has decent damage just in general. The fire rate is already really good. Combine that with a faster fire rate and additional projectiles, I think this thing is going to spam the hell out of any enemy it goes up against. My biggest concern is going to be if the spread is uncontrollable, especially when upgraded. But yeah, I'll have to take that by ear and figure it out. I'm definitely keen to test this out and see how well it does. But yeah, it's overall a Gatling Plasma is a good weapon, so I'm very interested to see in the near future if this is better than some of the ones I'm already using. So that's another week, another fragment of my soul, spirit, patience, lost to Either way, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for more content like this in the future. I'm intending to make some Monster Hunter videos in the next little while. I absolutely love the game, but haven't had a chance to really get anything done yet due to very screamy children. I'm sure all the other dads and mums out there will understand. It's not easy. Anywho, we'll catch you next time in the wasteland.